Sugar City Morning Show.
Sugar City Morning Show. Sugar City Morning Show. A most pleasant morning going out to everyone out there in TV land waking up to this. We will not say a sunshiny day today. We'll say a rainy morning here in Sugar City. You know, it has been raining from around 6:27 this morning. It starts raining in this area. When we were on our way coming to work, it was raining as well, but nevertheless, we are here with you. We have our commitment with you, and that stands. We stand firm with you. And once again, we say good morning. My name is Robert Checker Usher, and welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. For today, a lovely, beautiful morning, a lovely, beautiful day, being the 16th day of June 2020. We're here with you this morning, folks, and you know, as we go to sleep every night, when we wake up bright and early in the morning, we always give thanks, and that's what we will be doing at this time, folks. We will be giving thanks by getting in touch with our friend Delvey right here this morning to give thanks. And it's a lovely, beautiful morning, a lovely, beautiful, beautiful day. If you're waking up this morning and you're feeling fine, well, let's keep on going like the sun is shining. If you're not feeling good, well, let's be optimistic and go forward with blessings as one. So at this time, we connect with our sister in Delvey. Good morning, Delvey.
Good morning. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
You're sounding bright this morning.
Well,
that's good.
Yeah, I'm bright.
How are you?
Well, I'm good. Too blessed to be stressed.
Praise God.
Yeah.
Too blessed to be stressed.
Yeah. Not a,
That's a good way to
Yeah.
start the morning.
I'm not taking it as a joke, you know, but you know, like I feel great today, and thank God I feel so great today. I don't know why I feel great today, but I feel great today.
Well, thanks God for that, Mr. Chucky.
Yeah, and I'll ask you to go a little bit further than that, and let's give thanks.
All right. Almighty and Heavenly Father, Lord, this morning we just give you thanks once again for this day. Thank you, Lord, for just another day. Thank you for the breath and the gift of life that is blown in us. Thank you for protecting us, for keeping us short tonight, Lord. Thank you for bringing us into this day, Lord. And I just give you thanks, Lord. And this morning, oh God, at the start of this day, I just pray that you fill us with your Holy Spirit. I pray that you renew our right mind, our right heart in and through us, oh Lord, that we may embrace this day, oh God, with boldness and with joy and with confidence, acknowledging that this is the day that you have made, and that let us rejoice and be glad in it. So I just pray, oh God, for every person who are not through it, every soul, I pray divine blessing upon them. I pray that you cover them, Lord. Keep them throughout this day. I pray for every member in the studio, oh Lord. I pray that you continue to guide them, Lord, and fill them with the desire to do the things that you have placed in their hearts. And I just pray, Lord, that as we go about this day, as we go about this life, may we grow, may we learn, and may we be blessed to be a blessing. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
Amen and amen, and thank you so much for the blessings. You know, not only the prayer, but the prayer brings the blessings as well, right?
Yes, because God is good. God is good, Mr. Jackie. And you know, every day with Jesus, our day sweeter than the day before.
Yeah, one sweet day, but one day at a time.
One day at a time, yes.
You know, I have been getting lots of requests from our viewers, and they want to know when will we have Delvey on the Sugar City Morning Show so that we can discuss some more.
When you give me a date and a time, and if the Lord so will, then I'll be there.
Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it and see how we can work it out then. But
All right.
so you're good, right?
Well, I am too blessed to be stressed. Thanks God, you know. It's another day that the good Lord has blessed me with, and I'd be ashamed to complain, Mr. Jackie. I'm doing all right.
Okay, that's nice. So you got a poem lined up for us. I'm supposed to ask because I know you have a poem lined up. So can you share that poem with us this morning?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. This one I have is entitled A Little Too Close to Comfort.
A little too close to comfort?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's go.
All right. There is no doubt that the laws of the Lord are perfect. It is His children, we, would try to thwart, to divert, to deflect, and then reflect on what was and what shouldn't have been. A reflection on the truth that the body is a sacred temple of the Most High God, that spiritual and mental strength has to be stronger and ever more present than the flesh. But the Lord rides out the storm with us, for he knows our weaknesses and he probes our heart through circumstances to allow us a chance to recognize them. And then he works in and through us those with a willing heart. For the Lord is a gentleman. He knocks and waits until the door is opened to him. Other times he waits for us to do the knocking. He said, knock and the door shall be opened. In the midst of temptation, be strong and of good faith, for the Lord is ever with us, even through the night. Only the Lord takes all the mess and the things that go wrong if we give it to him, and him alone makes them right. When we get a little bit too close to comfort, let us seek the Lord, for he will see us through.
Okay. Nice. You stay talented, man.
Well, like I mentioned, it's a blessing from God. I can't take the credit for it. It is a blessing from God. I love poetry. I love the Lord, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that I get to share it. So.
Yeah, you know that one time way back when we used to go to school, Delve, poetry used to be not part of the curriculum, but when teacher got any break and so like the afternoon that I carry outside and I eat tree when it's so hot, and ask kids to say poems and do skits and so, but I don't know if that still happens in the schools.
It's changed a bit. Now I want to speak for myself.
Uh-huh.
I teach poetry as a topic now. It's not like, first you have like penmanship and then writing, and we still have writing and stuff like that. But then poetry, like by itself now, it's only as a topic that I teach it. It is not a special time given for poetry as such. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I remember one time storytelling is different from poems.
I believe it is different. Poems do tell a story, but poetry is I don't know. It's a bit shorter, a bit deeper, I would say. Whereas story, have a lot more characters, and it's different.
Yeah, but it still carries a message, tell a story, but carrying a message, right?
Yes.
I remember the Sunday Hunter Library were embarking on poems. One time they asked me to go and do some Anansi story.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have a poet club, but we haven't met in a bit because we need to spark up again. We had a poetry night. I think it was earlier in this year, if I'm not mistaken, or late last year, and it was really good. With the lights, and different poets came out, shared their poetry, and it was a nice experience.
Yeah. I remember at Trial Farm School, one of my sons had to do like a little Anansi story, but they wanted it like you create your own. So for them to learn about who is Anansi and who is Bra Tiger, which one is the smart one, and then you put the story around. Oh, because this one bigger, maybe could beat up this one, or because this one's smaller, then they have to run for the next one. They wanted to show what's the meaning, and when they broke it down, they said, okay, you're not too big to fall,
Yeah, right.
Because David brought down Goliath, right?
Right, and Goliath was very big.
Yep. And they say if you're a big tree, I'm a small axe, right?
Yeah. That's just when and I like those kind of stories because a lot of the times, people go through a situation and they don't look small outside, but they feel small on the inside. And those stories are like, encouragement to remind them that, that no matter what you go through, like once you have God on your side, you have that power to overcome whatever situation that may be bigger than you.
Yeah.
You know, so those stories, they teach a lesson and they give encouragement as well.
Well, we should be shortly having some of those stories out, but original content. One of my friend, a musician friend, the late Mr. Castillo, Bass Castillo, Leroy Castillo. He did some, he had everything published already, just ready to print. And I was talking to his brother last week when we did a show here. He came and played with us, and he was telling me that he has the materials and everything. It's in Creole, and
Okay.
yeah, look into it and publish it for release it. So it's some very good stories, because I remember one time, me and him, the author, the person that wrote the poems, when we went to Los Angeles, me and him sit down in the plane on the same row, and he was talking about all these stories, and he really writing off of some of the characters he draw them, and so I believe it's going to be something great, and I just hope that it come out and we can make use of it, no?
Right.
Yeah.
It's very good, and now more than ever, Mr. Checky, like poetry helps, and for me, like it helps to bring back the roots of thing, and then short stories when you sit down and read someone, and that, like, it takes you back to another place then.
Yep. Because
So,
yeah, and his one is not poems, his one is stories, right?
story.
But he used to work at the Amandala Press, so he knew how them things they work for do the pressing and compile everything and put it together, no?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I will get in touch with you and see what day we can get a look, check the schedule and see what day we can ask you to please join us, all right?
All right, sure, Mr. Checky.
Well, thanks very much and have yourself a wonderful day.
All right, you have a good one as well.
Okay, sure. And folks, at this time now, we will check in with the Belize Met Service for today's weather forecast right here on Norte Vision Channel 10. We have so many texts coming in right here. Okay, all right, so let's check in with the weather people, because we're in the hurricane season, folks. We are 16 days into the hurricane season, and the 16th day of June is a special person, a lovely mom and a great friend to many. I never see this lady get back sit. But I don't want to make it change the culture. I want to make it stay just like that. We're talking about Miss Mary Williams. Mary is celebrating her birthday today. Good morning, Mar. I was trying to reach you earlier, but somehow I couldn't reach you. But enjoy your day. Remember, 11 o'clock today, we're going to play all the nice music for you. All the nice broke down music, your youth connection songs, all the music you like. So enjoy yourself today, Mara. Loving day to you, and I'm glad that your family can be around to keep you happy. And that little conversation we had yesterday was good. Me, I stay home, and me, I enjoy myself with my picnic. Good. Folks, today, the general situation, mostly cloudy with some showers, thunderstorms, and periods of light rain affecting most places today. Then activity will decrease slightly, occurring along the coast, but mainly over the south tonight. The sun was up 5:18 this morning and was set at 6:28. The moon will set today at 12:40 and rise tomorrow morning at 2:35. The sea stayed choppy. The winds are blowing east to northeast at 5 to 15 knots. Wednesday and Thursday are in and out, while a bit of rain, while a bit of sunshine. And let's see now the full general weather forecast right here. Sorry. A tropical wave over the area will support moist and unstable conditions. The 24-hour forecast mostly cloudy with some showers, thunderstorms, periods of light rain affecting most places tonight. Then activity will decrease slightly, occurring along the coast, but mainly the south tonight. The winds are blowing east to northeast at 5 to 15 knots. The waves are going from 3 to 5 feet. Temperature will rise in the coast from 29 to 85 Fahrenheit. Inland we'll have 88 today. Is that 88? What? So we're not too hot today, folks. 88, like 88.5. Well, like 88 Fahrenheit, and in the hills it will be 80. So across the country, you know, that hot for some people, you know, but we usually do the high 90s and sometimes the we're 100. The outlook mostly cloudy with a few showers and thunderstorms occurring over most places, especially inland on Wednesday. Then activity will occur mostly along the coast on Wednesday. So that is your general weather forecast brought to you by the by the Belize Met Service and certainly by your Norte Television Channel 10. And folks, we are on a sad note. We have a death announcement here that we will share with you. And this person that has passed away has risen as a local artist as well. I remember for the forward movement done by the Vibes Alive International, Sube was there with the microphone. You know, he surprised me, you know, because he used to always tell me about his talent. He used to come and rap. He said, man, I got this song, man. Make we get it going. But you know, folks, unfortunately, Sube passed away, and we want to share that announcement with you. It is with deep regret and profound sadness that we announce the death of Rashid Abdul Wade, better known as Sube. Sunrise, 1st January 1981, sunset, 13 June 2020. Sube is survived by his mother, Clarine Wade Barnett, two brothers, Colin Wade and Jermaine Gibson, sisters, Rashida Wade, Davulus and Anasuya Nicholson, several aunts, uncles, nieces, and nephews. A wake will be held on Friday at 7 p.m. from 7 to 11. Funeral services will be held at the St. Peter's Anglican Church. The body will lie in state 9 a.m. for service at 10 a.m. A repast will be held at number 141 Belize Road, Orange Walk Town. The attention of all relatives and friends is called to the death announcement of Rashid Abdul Wade, better known as Sube. May he rest in peace and rise in glory. With all respect, due respect to the families, this TV station now return to its regular programming. And so, folks, when it's 24 minutes after 7, Robert Checker Usher will be taking a break. And when we come back, we will be talking to members from the Belize Tourism Association when it comes to measures and talk about opening of the airport and what's their take on that. But we will be taking a break and we'll be right back right here on Norte Television Channel 10.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward. Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Carazal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, women. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass, 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Sartaneja and Copperbank. I'm part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I think that I believe and I think that it will be much, much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Lee TV, they mess up, but I know so the show there. Folks, it gives us great pleasure. We've been talking about the BTIA from some months now, and especially last week leading up to what we will be discussing this morning, and it's here. And today we have the president of the BTIA, Mr. John Burgos, and we welcome him right here to our desk right here on North Television Channel 10. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show.
Hi, good morning. Well, quick correction. Executive Director.
Executive
Not
Director.
the President.
Okay.
President is the boss.
Yeah. I am. One time I see people appear like you, I always use my manners and ask how you're doing, but then you look so good, so You must do good.
Well, I tell you one thing about what happened under the state of emergency over the last 3 months is that you get time more to rest and take care of yourself. So
That's true that. So tell us what is BTIA?
Well, we are a non-for-profit, non-government organization. We are recognized as the umbrella organization for the tourism private sector. We have been, it was founded since 1985, so it's pretty old. We've been around for a while, and we have a lot of people don't realize that we existed before there was a Ministry of Tourism. We existed before there was a Belize Tourism Board. Actually, those government departments came to be in the early 1990s, and as I mentioned, we are from 1985. So since then, the mission and vision of the association has been to promote the sustainable development and the management of the tourism industry. When you use the term sustainable, we want to promote tourism, but in ways that it creates more benefits than disadvantages and lesser impacts on the environment.
Yeah, what have you said have been some of the achievements since 1985?
Well, I can tell you at the beginning, we were able to really set the standards in terms of what were the minimum standards for hotels and tourist accommodations. I think we developed the first guide for that. We developed the first tour guide training program. That was in the 90s. Thereafter, we have worked. One of our very, very proud product that we have is the Belize's signature magazine, which is Destination Belize.
You all created that?
Yes, the BTIA created that since 1995. We're still going strong. We're gonna be doing the 21st edition at the ending of this year. So and then we also created the Belize Tourism Expo, which is a trade show whereby we invite guests from around the world to come into Belize, so that they can begin to partner with our local tour operators and tour guides. And we have had many causes. More recently, we were part of the Coalition to Save Our Natural Heritage, which was responsible for the government of Belize to establish a moratorium on offshore oil exploration. Currently, we're working with another coalition for sustainable fishing, which we're hoping to ban gill nets. If you're not familiar with gill nets, they're very destructive fishing equipment that basically kills. A couple of weeks ago, we saw the story of a manatee in the Corozal Bay and Sarteneja area that was caught in a stranded, and then we recently worked also on updating the minimum standards of hotels and tourist accommodation. And right now, of last week, we basically conducted a survey with our members to let the government of Belize know what is the position of the membership with regards to the current status of COVID-19 and as to when we should open the Philip Goldson International Airport. The key thing that we found out on the survey was that 88% of our members are in support of opening the airport.
How much percent?
88%.
Okay.
But with the condition that the right safeguards are in place. In other words, that the moment people arrive at the airport, that the proper measures are going to be taken into place to reduce the risk of spreading the virus. So basically, we have seen some of the positive things that have been happening with the current protocols that the Ministry of Health is establishing with the repatriation program.
Yeah.
So we got 2-3 of them already.
Right.
So that's a good thing. So that's what we're looking for. Is not that we, and you can see the impacts of the negative impacts of the pandemic that is having on tourism, and we're basically down to almost zero. Wow. We cannot. The local travelers have been helping. We still continue to encourage them to continue traveling. But without the international tourism, Belize is far from what it was earlier this year and in 2019.
BTB I think they have launched something about Belize booking for the locals to go and stay at the hotels and visit the resorts at different sites in Belize. Do you have an idea if that is working?
Well, the BTIA is also doing the same with our members. We have encouraging our members to provide special deals, and then we have a special section on our website that we're promoting. I believe it is. Our members have told us that during the long weekend they saw they saw a lot of good business coming their way, and they continue doing that. But it's only limited to weekends. So Monday to Thursdays, you don't have much business. because you're working, right?
Yeah.
So the traveling normally takes place on weekends. So it is working. It is working. People are getting out. People are getting to know some of these really beautiful and destinations and some of these beautiful resorts.
How do we sell these destinations? We have some very nice places here at Belize. People might look at it and say, oh, but they're expensive, and when I go across the border, it's more affordable. How do we sell Belize as a budgetary way to come and spend your vacation in Belize?
I think people just need to be more informed. People need to know what is really available out there, and you'll be surprised how affordable a lot of these packages are to Belizeans in comparison to what is offered in the region. And you have the comfort of staying here. You're not traveling 5 hours, 6 hours out of away from as you cross the border. But and you gotta look at the quality of the products too. A lot of people say, oh well, for 200 US I get so much more. Well, you gotta look at it as to the value that it brings. If you go to a resort here in Belize, everything is produced freshly. You know who the people are cooking for you. You're like going into someone's home, like a family member. When you go out there into this big all-inclusive, you're just another number there, But people see the advantage. But I think they just need to be more informed as to what is available here in Belize.
What happens here in Belize? We have different levels, right? You have different resorts at different. They have inclusive. They have different prices. So it depends on what you choose. I can go to Kikaka and spend a weekend, because it depends on what you want to eat, what kind of place you want to stay, depends on your spending. I could go to Kikaka for 2 days and spend $200 right there and come back. But it depends on your choice, what you want.
I mean, it's the same everywhere. You're going to have places that are going to cost you $1,000, and then you're going to have places that cost you $100.
Right.
So it's all up to you, but you gotta do the right research and find out what is the package that works for you. So I always tell people, you hear about these festivals that we do, Mango Fest in Hopkins. You'd be surprised the packages that they're offered during those weekends. They make it more accessible because they want people to come and see Hopkins, experience Hopkins.
Yeah. Do these festivals attract international visitors as well?
The long-term vision is that we came into a partnership with the Belize Tourism Board, whereby the BTIA would be focusing on developing these festivals and events at all different destinations. The main purpose is to bring attention to those destinations and to add value to the experience in those destinations. And then if there are tourists in those areas, we normally encourage the hoteliers to let them know, what, you're coming on the, like right now, the 15th of June, Lobster Fest. We should be having all of these lobster festivals, right? So we would say, well, you're coming there. Well, we know in Placencia it happens. A lot of people plan their vacation during the Lobster Fest season, and they go to Placencia because of that.
We
and
have
the
three
sending,
Lobster Fest, right?
Yeah, the San Pedro, Kikaka, and Placencia.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and then, the long-term vision is to internationalize these events. In other words, tourists know that, they have Chocolate Fest, they have Mango Fest, they have the Tourism Expo in Orange Joag, they have the Coconut Fest. All of these festivals, the Tacos Fest, because they add value, to the experience. And a lot of these travelers now are experiential travelers. In other words, they want to have a very unique experience when they come to your destination. What more unique about our tacos culture here in Orange Joag, or the Mango Fest in Cayo, in Hopkins. So it plays a role into the marketing, and we have been doing a lot of marketing to promote this festival internationally, so the tourists know when they come. And that is where Destination Belize magazine comes into play, because we highlight these festivals there and we put the calendar ahead of time.
So what impact when it comes to tourism? We are talking right now about hotels and resorts. Any other area in the tourism sector that's are affected right now when it comes to international travelers coming in?
Everything, every aspect in tourism is affected right now. Like I mentioned, we're down to almost zero tourism, and most of the stakeholders in the tourism industry can tell us that what they're experiencing right now with our borders closed is not sustainable. Once you don't have that cash flow, you're facing to having to release your staff. You have to close down your resort and your hotel. All you keep is your staff to conduct the maintenance because you have to take care of your buildings, no? So we're really down to zero, and they cannot continue like that way.
Is there a plan forward with the BTIA right now?
Well, we have been working with the Ministry of Tourism and the Belize Tourism Board with the development of certain protocols and guidelines that we want to be able to have ready so that they can be presented to the National Oversight Committee so that they can do the final approval, and then they can be promoted as to what the businesses need to implement. But it's also not for only for the private sector, it's also for the public sector, what the immigration officers need to do, what the customs officers need to do, what the airport management needs to do to protect everybody from the spread of this virus. So we're doing our work in a behind the scenes. And that has always been a key trait of the BTIA, because we always find ourselves in the table to discuss, to present recommendations.
Yeah, we have seen that with the COVID-19, that most of the cases that has been identified here in Belize, unfortunately, 2 persons passed, no? Then we saw with the cruise ship, the Belizeans that came in on the cruise ship, one of them was positive for COVID-19. Then we understand that a lady down south, same thing happened. And with the Belizeans that came in on Friday, by Saturday, one of them was tested positive. And when the airport opens, these are some of the cases, these are some of the concerns that Belizean has at this time. Do you know if, when it comes to the health sector and the oversight committee, if anything is in place to have an early open of the PGIA?
Well, I'm not sure about early, but like I mentioned, some considerations have been given, and I know the Prime Minister is really keen as to having everything has to be managed upon arrival. Because once they go into the mainland unattended, that's when the issues become, because you don't know who has the virus or not. By the time you find out somebody has the virus, it's already spread.
Right.
No, so what I know the Prime Minister is looking is that for a rapid test to be available, or to be able to conduct testing upon arrival. But the good thing is that as we, on a weekly basis, I think the technology is improving, because they want to ensure that we have something that is reliable. So we're gonna wait and see. I think the National Oversight Committee understands that. Dr. Manzanero and his teams are continuously looking to see how those tests are being developed and see how soon we can have that incorporated. No, but I know that the National Oversight Committee, they're waiting for the plans and guidelines that we are going to present to them, and hopefully by the end of the month they should have these ready, and then that will determine how soon they can consider opening the airport.
Whatever you get ready, it's still not just an overnight decision, right? Because you can't open today and tell the airlines, okay, the airport is open today, come to Belize, or the cruise ships. There has to be some kind of protocol in place to make sure that these airlines get their reservation and they get all the FAA clearance for them to come to Belize, right? It doesn't mean that, okay, if you open the airport, then they come in.
That is one of the reasons why a lot of businesses were pushing for July 1st opening, so that all the necessary planning can take place leading to that date. No, so yeah, it plays a role. So that is the reason why the Prime Minister and the National Oversight Committee is feeling the pressure in determining when would be a suitable date for us to open a border. And as you mentioned, it's not just about us saying open a border. It's about having everybody on the same page, everybody ready and prepared to do the opening of the airport. And as you can see right now, if we didn't have those protocols in place right now, what would have happened with these people coming on the cruise ship? What would have happened with these people coming on the flight? And the people just walking across the border in Toledo, which is what happened, which raises concerns for Corozal and Orange Walk.
Right, yeah. we got like almost open borders.
We have a whole river there that's basically what the border is.
Yeah, but talking about those borders, what impact does it have when it comes to the apart from the PGIA, to the other borders, that the borders are closed right now? Has that caused any impact when it comes to the tourism sector?
No, definitely. I mean, majority of our tourists come via airlines, via the international airport. That's where the majority of as you know, the 75% of our tourism market comprises of tourists from the U.S. And that doesn't really help us much at this moment because you see what is happening with the U.S. The increase in the spread of the virus. Recently, they have a lot of civil unrest with the protests going on, and that has even contributed to the increase in the COVID-19 to be spread. So that is not working in our favor because we know that the moment you open the international airport, we're going to have people from the U.S. that
people who want to come to Belize.
Yes. So do we want them to come and then, bring the virus and then we lose control of it? Remember, that's what this turns out to be. How can you control and manage it to reduce the risk?
Yeah, I know you are in favor, and many of us are in favor of opening the PGIA, but with precaution, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
But how about the northern border and the border at the west?
Like I mentioned, the traffic that comes through the borders is not as high as the one that comes through the national airport. But just looking at what Mexico is doing, we really can't risk ourselves. Because the other thing too that is going to happen is that the moment you open your borders, Belizeans can go there too.
Yeah, they will go across.
And the same with the airport. Belizeans can fly out and then they go and they come back. And if you recall in March, most of the cases were imported.
Right.
Belizeans coming back from their vacation or business trips. And do we really want to open it just like that?
Yeah, because I'm sure that if people will hear that the northern border will be opening next week or the 1st of July, and they will want to go to the free zone, they will want to go to Chetumal, because many of us like to go to Chetumal. Right now, people are wondering, we can't get no uniforms right now because they can't bring, most of the uniforms come from Melchor. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good topic this morning. I heard the news yesterday, and I get to understand that the person at 21, the number 21, is one of the persons that came into the PGIA, and he had done a rapid test in the States. That is to prove that the rapid test is not working. It is not a safe way to check what people come in, right? And the 48 hours test is also not guaranteed. So, it is a shame that we haven't gotten a vaccine or a test to prove this. And that's why I personally think the PGIA should be closed, right? We need to find other ways and means to live up our economy. And I think agriculture was one of the main ones that we need to emphasize now, right? I do agree that tourism was one of the biggest, right? But like I previously said, the government just put interest in tourism and didn't put interest in other sectors, especially agriculture, because we could be self-sufficient in food right now. And likewise, by having self-sufficient food, it will also benefit the tourism. We don't have to import anything from abroad, right? So I think we need to consider what we're going to do with the opening of the PGIA at the borders, right? Because it is proven that the rapid test is not working. And it also will be proven that the 48 hours test will not be effective too. Thank you very much.
No, he's makes some good points, and that's why the National Oversight Committee has not approved for the PGIA to open, because they know that these rapid tests are not as reliable as we would like them to be. But we know that the technology is improving on a weekly basis. So I guess as soon as we have something that we feel confident that would work, and I leave this for the experts. I mean, I am no expert, so I leave that to the Ministry of Health and the people that sit on the National Oversight Committee to have all the relevant information. But what we are saying to government is that, for many people that don't work directly in tourism, is easier for them to say, keep the borders closed.
Keep everything closed.
But when you have a hotel, a resort, you're a tour operator or a restaurant in an area that is one of the top tourist destinations, you have no business right now. For the last 3 months, you have not been making.
Are practically empty right now.
Yes, and a lot of them are closing down every week. I understand some members telling me we gotta close down because we can't maintain open. You can't stay open if there's no. If you have a restaurant, you can't stay open if you don't have guests. The same thing for a hotel. You know, so I know that they understand that. So what we're telling the government is that one of the things that we have been requesting is for them to locate and establish a special financing program for the tourism stakeholders, those that may need some financing to be able to survive right now until things begin to get better.
Okay,
so, you know, we have received good report from that, and I know the Development Finance Corporation is working on preparing some package right now, and then the Prime Minister should be looking at the international financial institutions to provide additional funding for later on this year.
Okay, on that note, let's take a break, Mr. Burgos. I will be right back because we have some text messages we want to share, but I didn't want to interrupt you because it's like an introduction, but you have said a lot already, and you know, which makes sense, and what the caller alluded to is exactly the way you are looking at things as well, no? Along with your association, no?
Yeah, and I think the National Oversight Committee is doing the same thing, you know. They're trying to minimize the level of risk.
Folks, we will be taking a break right here on the Sugar City Morning Show. We want to say a good morning to Charlene and the family all the way there in Los Angeles. Clarine, condolences, gal. But you know what happened? These things makes us stronger. And after everything happened on Saturday morning, we will have our own repast Saturday evening, right? Because the band on the jam from 6 until 9, so at least we can get ourselves cheer up. So folks, Mr. Burgos and Robert Checker Usher will be back after these messages right here on North Television Channel 10.
60 acres of Tiger Creek, Orange Walk, 3,000 acres, 0.961 hectares to Jaime Briceño and John Briceño. 827.848 square yards to John Briceño. 5.4 acres to John Briceño and Jaime Briceño. 20 acres in Progreso to John Briceño. To John Briceño again, 6 acres in Progreso. The all of Progreso you go with?
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el... ¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche-France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche-France.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico. The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
Someone come, yes, someone coming, let's go. Sa.
Who no?
Fastest question of the day, what you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there, you can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
Sure, all of that? Well, know that to put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multipurpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 2 minutes after 8. Robert Cheque Usher along with Mr. Burgos right here this morning. We are discussing when it comes to the tourism sector in Belize. Somebody sent a text. I say I'm a tour guide from Orange Walk. Any job for me? You're not the one to answer that question, right?
I think he knows the answer to that already, man. It's unfortunate, the situation, and I feel for all the tour guides out there, especially the ones that's what they do on a daily basis, full-time tour guide. I mean, they're down to zero from March, I see some of these guys doing some local, promotions for, if you want them to give you a specialized tour, you can hire them, reduce price too, but there's not enough business for everybody.
Yeah, you were mentioning about the tourism sector when it comes to some of the stakeholders. You were mentioning something about Development Finance Corporation, about a special rate for the sector.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our members have said that they would be interested in some level of financing, whether it's full switch from a commercial bank to the DFC or just a partial loan so that they can help them survive right now until things begin to move along once again. So that has proven to be beneficial so far. We had a meeting with them last week, Thursday, and they told us that they already have some funds in country that they can look to develop that special package. So they're going to be working on that. But just so you know that we're not only asking about special rate. A lot of people are keen on a lower interest rate, but that's not the only thing that the DFC offers. The DFC also offers better terms and conditions. Indeed. When you default, they're more willing to work with you, and they also do a lot of financial guidance. They sit down with you and look at you and at your operation, and they provide advice as to what you can do for the meantime to improve, to hold on and so on. So we're waiting to see what they're going to be offering to our stakeholders. And then they also have the Minister of Finance, which is the Prime Minister, Dean Barrow. He's going to be looking at international finance to see if another loan program that can be at a reduced interest rate as well, and with better terms and conditions. So we're gonna wait and see how these things turn out. But I know that the one right now that have money available, they're gonna make those available.
Okay. Now, persons come to Belize. A lot of us have the perception that tourists come to Belize and they go to San Pedro, they go to Placencia, they go to Hopkins, they go to Kikaka, they stay in a hotel and then swim and then go back, and that's it. What are some of the things that tourists look forward to, places, destination, when they come to Belize?
Let me tell you, that's one of the very unique and special things about Belize, is that we're so small, but we have everything, a little bit of everything. So if you come for a 5 to 6 day vacation, you can experience the Keys, the beach, and then you can come into the forest and inland. When you look for the sea, people looking to go to hot and sunny experience in the beach, the number one attraction still remains snorkeling. A lot of people come for the snorkeling, a lot of people come for the diving, scuba diving, and then a large one is the fishing, the fly fishing and the sports fishing. A lot of those resorts out there, that's what those three key services is, that snorkeling, diving, and fishing. Those are the 3 key attractions when you're looking at sea or coastal. And when you're looking at inland, the main attraction, of course, remains our archaeological sites. People want to go visit our archaeological sites, and thereafter they want to do the zip line, they want to do cave tubing. And now one of the key adventures that Belize has been recognized as a destination to visit and experience is birding. We have a lot of birders coming into Belize now. We began to do the birding festival 2 years ago. This year would have been our 3rd, and we can see how it has grown. And we gotta give credit to our locals too, because the locals are learning how to find new products and new attractions.
Can someone come on a cruise ship and visit any of these sites within the time frame that they have inland?
Well, as you know, that's a big business. I mean, we last year we had about 1.2 million cruise tourism passengers that came to Belize, and they come for 5-6 hours, and within that time they try to do as much. Some of them choose to do Lamanai River tour, some of them choose to do the cave tubing and zip lining. and so on. You know, and there's so many other. They got ATV attractions. They got. Some of them go to the snorkeling too. They go to the Keys. They go to Kikaker. They go to San Pedro just for snorkeling or to do the diving. You know, so they do contribute a lot to the economy, no? But overnight tourism remains the number one. I mean, if you compare how much the cruise passengers bring into the country in comparison to the overnight is about 2 or 3 times higher.
Wow.
So, you know, people see the higher benefits, and the Belizeans see the higher benefits of having overnight tourism.
So it has, both of them have their different parts that the country benefit from, and there's so much that they can see. What are some of the things that you hear from some of these tourists? They write back to your association, they write in the magazine. What are some of the good experience they say they have when they come to Belize?
Let me tell you, earlier this year, I had a regional conference being hosted here in Belize, and one of the key things that really stuck to me was that one of the persons says, you know, I'm a regular, I've been coming to Belize for 10 years, and, you know, she works in the region, but she's from the U.S., and he says, I can tell you one thing, Belize has the best tour guides.
Wow, that's good.
Belize has the best tour guides. I mean, and that is one of the key things that a lot of these tourists take back with them, is the personalized experience that they get.
Yeah, let's get this call. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir. Can you speak up a little bit, sir, please?
Yeah, loud and clear.
You need some more volume.
All right.
All right, you need a fry jacket or what? All right, go ahead, Carla. Hello? We want to ask the caller if you can please call back. So that's like a personalized things with the guides and the tourists?
Yeah. Let me tell you, some of these resorts that have been in business for 20 years, 15 years, they can tell you, they have people that come every year because from day one that they came, they love the experience, and they're like family.
And they look for that sort of
they look
tour
for
guide. Hello, good morning.
Yes, is it good now?
Yeah, you're good, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, just put on the show. I hope I'm not go back past. I want to don't discuss. No,
yeah,
I mean, hold on over there. Morning, Mr. Burgos.
Good morning.
Yeah, I listened to the show and for a little bit, and it's so interesting about tourism and all the good things that Belize has to offer, no? But I would want to know what are the plans from you guys or the owners of these resorts or these places that we can visit. What are their plans to attract Belizeans? Because the reason why I asked that question is because with experience, there's this real situation where you want to some of the places in the past through and they treat you different just because they sound like American or not white or they don't look like a tourist. You know? People complain a lot. I think you have some complaint about that too, you know? People complain a lot that because you sound like Belizean, the owners of these resorts and just treat them different. There's another money to spend, number one. And two, you know, we all know that Belize is not cheap to tour. It's not a cheap place to come as a tourist. So I'm not saying that they should be free, but it's not really cheap. I've had experience with that a couple years ago. We went down south and we were treated really different because we made the feel like, you know, I'm on there. They can't pay in a place. And when I speak to people, I get this a lot from our own Belizeans now. We have seen where now there comes a time in our time where they need us as Belizeans to come and help them survive. They need us, you know. There's all kind of pretty package on the TV. Be a tourist in the country, be a tourist in the country because the airports are closed. So how you guarantee that if everything go back to normal and the airports open, that they will continue to treat us the same way? I can tell you that the reason way there, about a year ago, school trip went to Hopkins, and the way they treat these people from the school and the beach side is rough, man. And they want to sit down, we eat there, we kind of turn in as a tourist. And these owners don't know that probably some of the parents in the group could have bought their day savings, you know. So I just want to hear your opinion on that. I'm just trying to look at the other side of the coin. I don't want to make it sound like everything bright and beautiful for being a tourist in your country. You follow?
I understand. I see your point, and I agree with most of what you have shared. And I think that's what this pandemic and this crisis right now, with having no international tourists coming into the country, it has really enlightened a lot of the tourism businesses to understand the importance of making the products accessible to tourists. And I think this is not just doing now, I think it's all year round that they're going to be looking to have these packages available. And as you mentioned, on our website, we have reached out to our members, and our members have really good deals that you can look at. And I think that the culture is changing. I think they begin to realize how important it is to really look at the markets and look to attract and accommodate the locals as part of their business venture, because a lot of them open up, and I share my personal views with many of these businesses, and I told them, a lot of you think I'm doing this resort or this tour operator for the international tourists. I tell them, you should never think like that. You should think, you know what, it should be made for Belizeans. And once it's good for Belizeans, it's going to be good for the international tourists. But I think now, more than ever, that has been brought to their attention, and I think they understand the importance of having a greater local market.
To put in details what I was saying.
Speak up a little bit, Carla, please.
Yeah, hello. You follow the kitchen now?
You like the put on a lot of headphone, a lot of thing, man. Just speak up a little bit.
I was saying that, for example, that experience with the school trip where I went to Hopkins. Let me paint this scenario. They went in this place to buy food, and when they bought food from the place, and they wanted to sit down on the picnic table on the beach side to eat, and they were told they can't use the chair because they're for tourists. You consume food from the place, but you can't use the chair because of a tourist. That thing no nice, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the experiences that people have. So I would just hope that the owners of these places would realize now that they need us as Belizeans to help them survive. I mean, it's good that they would do for the tourists to come with US dollars, but every dollar count, man, So thanks for your intake for that on what you show.
I would like to think that they are. I would like to think that they are understanding of how you need to treat everybody equally, and especially have a better focus on the locals.
Let's get this. Hello, good morning.
Buenos días. Quiero saber, es que están dando aquí la mercancía acá con un chino y ya están dando que acabaron, ya nos avisaron y no nos quieren dar las cosas.
¿Dónde es? Concepción.
Ajá.
Ok, vamos a chequear qué está pasando y vamos a ver si podemos conseguir unas informaciones.
Porque ya están dando y mucho ya les tocó el todo. Y dicen que vienen también y las chinas no lo quieren dar y el segundo han dado y venimos a chequear, dice que no, que el gobierno no les manda el dinero, que no sé qué, y ella tiene la lista.
Ok, pues vamos a chequear qué está pasando y vamos a avisar. Okay.
Ajá, está bien, porque digo, solo con ustedes puedo decirles por qué está pasando esta concepción.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias también.
Yeah. But Mr. Burgos, before the caller came in, we were talking about the personalization that some of the tourists have with their tour guides. When they come, they want that certain tour guides. Do some of them have communication with these tour guides and tell them when they come in as well? It's
a long-standing relation. Like I tell you, it's not only the tour guides, it's the resorts themselves too. A lot of these resorts have these tour guides, and that is what has made it very difficult to a lot of these businesses that they. If you have been working for me for the last 20 years, 15 years, no, because there's no tour, I have to let you go. It hurts you because then you know that how you gonna survive.
Yeah, true.
So a lot of businesses find themselves in that situation, and that is the reason why we have been saying to the National Oversight Committee and to the government of Belize that, if the borders are going to remain closed, what are you doing for the private sector? You have guaranteed that the public sector does not have to worry about their salary, that they're going to borrow as much. Well, yes, that's fine. We're not saying that's not a good thing, because if you wouldn't do that, it would have even a greater negative impact on the economy. But what are you doing for the private sector? So we're saying financing is one option, but that cannot be the option because it doesn't work for everybody else. So what do you offer to the others? What kind of support can you do? And we don't have the answers. We want to see at least an economic recovery plan being developed and being shared, and then say, well, this is what we're going to do together. So that's what we want to hear from the Prime Minister and the government and the National Oversight Committee.
Where we're at right now, let's say for argument's sake that the PGIA would open a month from today, or whenever it opens back. How long do you expect that we will get a recovery from what is happening right now? Like things will come back to almost normal. How many months are you looking at?
That is the biggest unknown out there right now. Nobody can really tell you. What we have heard from the airlines is that they're saying that they're projecting that by 2023, we're going to go back to the levels of travelers as we had in 2019. That's 3 years down the line.
Wow.
But that's just a projection. It can be sooner. But that is dependent on what happens with the virus. If we have a vaccine, that will accelerate that process. Because then you don't have to worry, because there's a vaccine. So if you catch it, you don't have to worry that you're going to die, because you have the cure for it. No, I know that there's some treatments being developed that alleviates the symptoms, so it increases the chances for you to survive. Which is another positive thing. But we need the vaccine to really move faster in terms of gaining our market share and gaining our tourism industry back.
But do you know that if Belize will be embark on some platform that we can really attract these people? Hey, Belize is open, come to Belize, we have all these great packages, this is what we got. I know you say, want to print the destination Belize for this year already?
No. We're looking to publish that at the end of the year in December. But we also have social media. We have it available digitally.
Okay.
We have it available, like we have the 20th edition from 2018 that is out there.
Okay. How can we see that?
It's on our website, destinationbelize.com website. Okay. You go there, you have videos as well, a lot of attractive videos. We have a YouTube channel, Destination Belize YouTube channel. We have a lot of videos, how to do fried jack, how to do drums, how to, about the Garifuna, about the Maya, the Pok-Tapok game. We have all of this information there readily available. Well. So it is being promoted. I mean, the Belize Tourism Board keeps promoting, putting all information. We are here waiting for you, when things begin to normalize. We haven't taken our pedal off the marketing strategies, for Belize. So people know, and two things that we have in our favor. One, the fact that we have done such a great job in managing the pandemic by minimizing the spread. And then secondly, we're so close. One flight away.
Yeah.
One flight away and you're here. You don't have to catch 2-3 flights, spend 10 hours, they come to Belize,
Yeah.
So that those things working out, and I think people know that. So right now we're hoping that by the end of the year we're gonna see a good amount of our tourists coming back in November, December, which is traditionally the high season. That's the winter time in the US, so that's when people want to come to the beach. I don't blame them either.
So we can safely say that with the good treatment and the affordability of Belize, that these tourists that have visited Belize, they will be gladly decide to come back to Belize again.
I believe so. I believe that once we maintain the pandemic under control in Belize, that we're going to be in a very good position to be able to bounce back and to remain as an attractive tourism destination.
Yeah, the BTIA is a very credible association. How do you stand membership? What's the strength of them? How strong are you in membership since all of this is happening now?
Well, we're using the 2019 data, because this year what happened since February, March, everybody's went down to zero. Yeah. So we had over 400 members countrywide. We have remained very active, very involved, and the way we have a very unique structure. So we actually do have a national representation. So the way we are able to do this is that we have each destination, which is 10, have their own destination chapters. And by chapters, I mean they have a chair, vice chair, a treasurer, and a secretary. Orange Walk has their own chapter. Corozal has their own chapter. Hopkins, Toledo, Placencia, Kikaka, San Pedro. They all have their own chapter. So, and the chairs of those chapters form part of the board of directors.
Oh, okay.
So they all sit on the board of directors. So every 2 months we have a board of directors meeting, and they all are able to to come into the meeting and share what is happening in their destination and share comments about national issues that we may be discussing at the time. No, and that's how we are structured, and I think that's what adds a lot of credibility to the association. And we are an association that is in good standing. We are registered at the financial FIU and the Attorney General's and the company's registry. So it's 3 entities that certified us every year, and you have to provide our audited financials and a whole series of information that we have managed to keep since the inception of the association. So we continue to be the strongest voice for the tourism industry, and we take that very seriously, and we try to represent as best as we can the interests of the membership. So over the last 3 months, I have maintained a lot of communication. We're working from home now, but the work continues. So you shared your experience and being able to adapt to the times and be able to conduct business online and through these online platforms now. We never thought we could, and these technologies have been available for a while now, but we never see ourselves maximizing those technologies to the level that we have been forced to. But I think
got creative.
I mean, I have executive committee meeting this afternoon. I have consultations going on. I have meetings with everybody. It's still going on. From my house.
We are not having tourists coming in right now. Travelers are not passing through our country because by people passing through, if they come for a bus like Guatemala and they pass through Belize, they might stop and buy a little tamales, buy a soft drink, whatever they buy stays in Belize. What's your encouragement for us as Belizeans to access some of these great attractions that tourists come to Belize and visit, and we might be right here in Belize and don't really know what beauty and what great attractions we have in our country?
I mean, the main thing is to always stay true to your roots. Always remain as a grassroots Belizean and share your products, your goods. A lot, like I've been sharing this to a lot of people. In the tourism industry, I tell Orange Jack doesn't offer a lot, Corozal doesn't have a lot. Yes, we do. You have to look at the culture that we have available. Our cuisine, our music, folklore. You look at the Maya Mestizo culture here in Orange Jack. We have a long tradition. You see it at all the festivals. You see all the dances with the head, the battle on the head, and they have very storytelling. And for us, like a tamale, it's common for us. It's a delicious. But you know what? For a tourist, after the tour, how to make a tamal. For them, it's like an amazing experience. But for us, it's everybody know. I don't say everybody, but we know how tamales are done. You have a good idea. These tourists don't know. They might be interested to go to your farm, to your sugarcane field. They heard about sugar. They heard about sugarcane, but they have never seen it. Just taking them out and expose them to that. It's an experience that they would be willing to pay to experience. So it's just about thinking outside the box. Don't think as something that is common to you. Think of something that is someone that lives in Sweden, Scotland, New Zealand, Germany, that's never come to Belize. They don't know what a Maya Mestizo is. They don't know who is a Garifuna. They don't know who is a Maya. We have 3 different types of Maya in Belize. You don't know. So you be able to just share that. It's an experience.
So we can explore, be a tourist in your own country, and you don't have to cost you a lot of money. You just decide and set up your budget where you want to go, right?
That's the other thing too. You'll be surprised how many people have never been to Punta Gorda.
Yeah, and Punta Gorda.
How many people have never been to Hopkins? These are places that I think you need to go and experience so that you get to know more about these cultures, How strong the Garifuna is in Hopkins, how strong the Maya culture is in Toledo, and then you have a strong East Indian as well in Toledo. Get to know this stuff, and you'll be surprised how different cuisines are available there.
Yeah. So right now, as far as you can realize right now, it's not quick that we will see that the PGIA will open if we don't get those necessary tests.
Like I mentioned to you, things are going to be submitted to the government of Belize and the National Oversight Committee by the ending of this month. I think at the end of the month, they will have all the tools, all the data necessary to really make the best decision.
Let's get this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
on that topic about the tamales and the system, to try to explain and people understand. It's an excellent idea because you have some riding in the back of a pickup. But the first time I pull an orange out from a tree, and you
know they pick you up good, Carla?
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, they hear you now. Yes. Take off your headphone, take off your headphone.
You got me now?
You got you now.
On that topic that the gentleman is talking about, is a good idea because, you know, sometimes you have tourists that come to Belize and they want to ride in the back and pick up for the first time because you're not allowed to do so in their country.
Yeah.
You know, someone ain't excited is the first time they pull an orange off of a tree. First time they pull mango off of a tree. But to the gentleman here, the idea is good, but the question is how much is the system? When I say the system, I mean maybe your organization or maybe the BTB is willing to support this kind of idea, how much they're willing to put into it, because let me give you an example. I speak of experience. We have the annual Tacos Festival in Orange Walk, right? Which has grown to be a big event. And truthfully, on a scale of 1 to 10, the support that the Tacos Fest get from the Belize Tourism Board is on like 1.5. You follow? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, we're here.
He's not representing the BTB here, though.
No, I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's but they work in partner with the BTB. Am I right on that?
He wants to know if you work in partnership with the BTB.
Well, we do. Like I tell you, we do.
And I'm not pointing fingers at him. I'm just saying I'm speaking in general.
No, I get your point. I think I get your point.
So the question is that how much are they willing to support? We hear stories about when they sponsor big concerts, for example, bringing these Jamaican artists, they pay them so much thousands US for the night.
Yeah.
And yet one time we have function locally that can put our district or country on the map. You get no kind of support from them. But when the event is successful, everybody wants to big up like they're part of it. So my question is, how much are they willing to put into making what you're talking about is a realistic? Because you're being realistic.
Yeah.
Tourism, you have to be that you have a resort, you know. Tourism, anything you have to offer that they don't have where they come from, they will make it, they pay for it. You know? So I don't know how you call that kind of tourism, but it's not about resort and hospital wedding at a time. You say what you have to offer in your district. All right, thank you.
Yeah, let me just elaborate on I can only speak on behalf of my association. I can tell you that over the last 3 years we have been trying to develop a cultural trail that we call the Holpatin here for Orange Walk. Yeah. And we had tried, let me tell you, I have invested a lot of time in trying to get securing the funding. We applied for 2 grants. One was through the IDB, and we were not able to get the funding, you know, for the program. And we just last year we had another shot with this Compete Caribbean program. We partnered with the Progressive Sugarcane Association and with ESR, and we submitted a grant, and we were shortlisted. We almost made the final cut to have these cultural trails being developed. So we would turn the concept was to be able to share this agricultural experience, the sugar trail, share the history about the sugar, all right, and then we would link that to how is that linked to the Maya Mestizo people that work in the sugar, and how some of them are cane farmers and some of them are farmers, because they don't live alone off just sugar cane. They have other ventures, you know. They grow their own vegetables and so on. So, and then of course their wives are part of cultural groups, and says, you know what, so let's make a combination and try to develop this. But for that we need the finance, and that is where we have been trying to secure it internationally to see where we can get. And if this grant was $300,000 US that we're gonna get access, and that would have been to 3 to 5 years. So in 5 years we would have these products readily available, well packaged, being distributed. Then it would be only a matter of letting the hotels here in Orange Walk or even the other districts. Let them know these experiences are available, and this is what it will cost. So you'd be surprised how much people come from San Pedro, Kikaca, and out the district to come do the Lamanai River tour. because that is our main attraction here. But there's so much more that we still yet to develop. So and I see his point. I wish the government would invest a little bit more in developing those destinations like Corozal, like Orange Walk, like Toledo. Many often at times we feel like we are the ones that are left behind in terms of tourism. All the investments goes to the other destinations, but it's something that I think now it's brought to the forefront, and I think government may be at a better position to really understand better how the people can benefit from the tourism, and at the same time be able to diversify the product through farming and agriculture and the cane industry.
Yeah, what's the position with them? We hear the Orange Walk, we hear about La Manada, Corozal, we hear about Cerros, but we have Coyo site here in Orange Walk. What happened to Coyo site?
I think it hasn't been developed. I think it needs to be developed. The niche needs to come in, and the archaeological Department of Archaeology needs to come in and build it up, clear it up, and so that they can provide all the history, all the information. Yeah. Everybody knows Coyo site is an archaeological site, but how much information do we know?
Yeah.
How long does it exist? What it represents? How it was part of the entire civilization that was linked here. You have to know all of that, and that you have to have the Department of Archaeology to come in and do all of the research. But remember, there's so many archaeological sites that have not been discovered yet.
Yeah.
So they're choosing the best to the one. So I guess we're not at the top of the list when it comes to Coyo site, no?
Do you know if I have any other sites in Corozal apart from Cerros?
Yeah, right now, they have Santa Rita.
Santa
We
Rita.
have used Santa Rita for the reenactment, and if you know the history of Santa Rita, it's a very personalized history there, because that's where the origin of the Maya Mestizo. That's where the Spanish conquistador married the local Mayan princess, and that's where the Spaniards and the Maya joined, and that's where the Maya Mestizo was born. So a lot of people don't know that. So that's why we started to do the Coconut Festival there, so that we start on Friday with the reenactment of the Maya wedding.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice show with the lights and well choreographed. Last year we were estimating to have 200 people there. We ended up with over 350 people. So people understand the value of that, So they have Cerros, they have Santa Rita, and right now I think by San Joaquin, the niche and the archaeological department, they're working on another one. I think it's named Aventura.
Oh yeah, Aventura.
I think you see the sign on the road there, and so they're working on that. So that's going to be a new attraction there in the north.
Well, there's so much that we have here in Belize. And there is so much that we can do, so much destination that we can visit. So we want to invite our Belizeans here to let's start learn about our culture. Mr. Burgos, it has been a nice show, good presentation. What's your message to Belizeans, not only here, but Belizeans abroad as well?
No, our message is learn more about what is being offered here in Belize to locals. I can tell you, I travel a lot this country, and there's so much beautiful things that you can see here, and people are more than willing to take you and welcome you. So don't just make the conclusion that it's better to go across the border. Mm-hmm. You have excellent attraction here with excellent service providers that are more than willing and ready to welcome you so that they can provide this great service to you. So be a local traveler and explore and know your country even more.
Well, thank you very much, sir, and we hope that we can have you back very soon. We have communication now, so we could always link each other. And any relevant information that comes up, and you'll just like to have a little spot, and if something that we could just read and send it out. And what we will start to do is start to visit the site more oftenly, and we want to ask Belizeans to go to the destination Belize as well and see what we have. Folks, will be taking a short break, and we'll be back right here after these messages on North Television Channel 10.
John Briseño says government needs to trim the fat. Let's take a minute to look at that fat.
Johnny Briseño receives a salary of $60,000 from the government to be the leader of the opposition and $84,000 for sports and community projects in his constituency. The People's United Party representatives receive about $993,000 annually from government to assist residents of their constituencies.
Since the COVID-19 state of emergency, the Prime Minister of Belize has given all his salary toward the relief efforts. The UDP ministers has given up a month's salary and allowances going forward. Johnny Briceño has not agreed to give up anything. The PUP representatives have not agreed to give up anything.
Leadership is about action, not words.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward. Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Corozal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, women. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Sartaneja and Copperbank. I'm part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
114.60 acres in Tiger Creek, Orange Walk, 3,000 acres, 0.961 hectares to Jaime Briceño and John Briceño, 827.848 square yards to John Briceño, 5.4 acres to John Briceño and Jaime Briceño, 20 acres in Progreso to John Briceño, again, 6 acres in Progreso. The all of Progreso you go with?
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. We got 60 minutes now away from 9 o'clock. We got our friend here this morning. Sam, morning, brother.
Morning, checkers.
How things, bro?
Well, good. It's raining again, you know. Drizzling slight.
I see outside look dark right now. It look like when I like 6:45 at night right now, maybe
something
like 5 o'clock
that,
by morning.
Yeah.
Now what happened? Now what kind of weather, Sam?
Well, you wave the past through. I prefer wave the past through, you know.
Tropical wave bring lot of water, no?
Just like you say right now, Checky.
What?
But it rain one lot of Belize City.
Oh, okay.
Down south.
Yeah. Well, we just have to enjoy the weather, man.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I said any weather that good weather, you know, some kind of might be good for me, but maybe good for you. So maybe
I try not complain about the weather.
Huh?
Me try not complain about that.
No complain about the weather, Joe. So how the new curfew hours they treat you by?
You know what me check? I'm not a night walker.
Huh?
You know what I mean? Because I'm not a night walker.
So one time when Rahim is sending you a message, you like it though? You like it? You like that message?
I don't answer Rahim right now.
But so the curfew hours they never mess you up?
No. I get my things done part time and
8 o'clock never used to bother you?
No.
Oh, okay.
8 o'clock I done the home, man.
I thought I was alone when I said anything not bother me, but that is good, boy, because you can't make anything that bother you, Sam. You have to live with what you got. That enough for we days back, Sam. Well, then days back for we might tell you 6 o'clock inside. Where you got out there after 6?
You in the yard at least.
Yeah, you in the yard at least.
Anytime they have your bed early, by 6, 7 you don't drink tea.
Yeah.
And you run out in the yard at night. Because then time you had no offense.
Yeah. And then Sam also too, one time before you go to bed, you have to pray, right? You have no silent prayer, you might have to hear you the prayer.
Everybody have to hear the prayer.
And you have to pray your eyes shut too.
Everybody, we pray you pray together.
Yeah, but Sam, as we speak, I'm looking at something here. It look like we got an accident.
Where is that?
I don't know exactly where it is, but if you could see one of the Oh, wrong boom area.
Oh, boom area.
You see one of the car there in the bush, the white car.
Yeah.
Why it look terrible, no, Joe?
Look bad, especially for the person on the passenger side of that
Oh, that a passenger side there?
vehicle, I think so.
Wow. Why? It look like how the street look. It look like in the rain wrong.
Yeah, it's slippery. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that kind of asphalt. Then your vehicles slip and then, Joe.
No, you just check it when you see like right now you see the drizzle slide. You know, rush off all the likely sickness after the.
Yeah. Why passenger side for you?
Yes.
It look
After
like
the
that
asphalt.
CRV.
So 10 feet slide more, but when a good rain come down and wash it off good, you okay?
Yeah. Well, make hope them persons are okay, man.
Let's hope so. And that vehicle on furniture, actually.
I
You couldn't see the plates.
I see vehicles like that wrong here, but I don't
Oh, a
see
lot.
license plate. Yeah,
Same color.
Well, that are wrong here. Why unfortunate situation, boy. But make we hope that because they have, apart from that one we see there, Sam, they have one in the bush too. You see the car in the bush?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Mm-hmm.
You see the white car in the bush
Yep.
over there? Yeah.
Yep.
But it's good that people could send me their information, man. You know.
You can't see the place where they go looking one though.
Yeah. Sam, what I say, if you notice this thing, look pan one time I pass this CRV, look like if you don't see somebody in the vehicle that sit down on the driver's side. When you see the side of the vehicle there, so.
Not a rear mirror.
Yeah, no, you look pan it pan the passenger side. Pan the same one if you don't see like somebody in the passenger seat.
Yeah. Someone is in the passenger seat.
You look like somebody in the passenger seat. I hope that person is okay.
I hope they're okay because
Yeah. So what's cooking otherwise, Sam?
No gas not there. Nothing to cook.
Nothing to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's up?
Right, you saying you full the tank for me directly?
Yeah, full your tank?
Mm-hmm. So I can cook.
Yeah. Yeah, by the butane, I hear the butane gone up too. And
Well, you will find that will happen in this time, Checky. It will go up again.
world price or what?
Mm-hmm.
World price, Sam?
The regular went up to what, 884? Something like that.
Yeah. The other day, we went on free zone price.
Why me good? Well, a lot of people full up some big drum. Guys, you just go by gas plus, right? And
Yeah, they full of drum.
Full some big drum. I say, they must know that they went up soon, right?
Yeah,
so they had they got the store some
smart.
gas. Yeah.
Sam, why one time when the regular fuel they so low, like 1-2-3 days afterwards you go to the gas station and no regular, only super. Do you think they hold back? Or that's what people they buy?
I want to feel like sometimes they don't want to get rid of the super because people use another regular. I don't have no problem with the regular. My van burns it well.
Yeah.
You understand? Then maybe 1 or 2 times for the year you're throwing a gas treatment in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't throw that all the time in there, right? Can I create some oil around the injectors?
Yeah. Yep. But apart from that, Sam, you know, graduation is on right now.
Mm-hmm.
We had well, right now they have primary schools doing their graduations, no?
Making their first step.
So
well, the second, can you go from preschool now to primary?
I want to congratulate my son Elijah. He will be graduating today. And you know, this weekend as well, all the best, Elijah, comes from you, from your dad, also from your mom and little Jashito and Osito as well. Wishing you the best. Hope everything going well with you as you get ready to go to college. You know, this weekend they will be having, the Ministry of Education will be having a virtual graduation ceremonies, national. So they can get some of the top students for some of the school if they do a message, so all of them can pass through, no?
Yep.
Which is good.
Very good.
And but Sam, you know, also today I would like to they said the accident involved a car and an SUV on the Philip Gosson Highway near the Boom Junction. Okay, so it's a car and an SUV.
Not nearly by the
Yeah.
Radical, no?
Yep, yeah, right there, sir. Right there, sir.
I think
Also,
yes, you look like that with these plates though.
Yeah, it look like that, please. Yeah, I make hope that nothing not happen to nobody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so but you know, Sam, we're here, and you know, this morning, as we are here today, you know, one of our friends, it's a musician brother that has always been stepping up and trying to get his song together. You know, Sube, the man passed away That was on Saturday, no? He had a little challenge.
He was sick or something?
Yeah, he may live right at Mr. Baki house, man. You know Mr. Baki, no, Joe?
Oh, yes, man.
You have to know Mr. Baki, no, Joe? I thought a house man then, no, Joe?
And they used to give some old story, man.
Yeah, you know, but it's an old nice story.
Mm-hmm.
You know Larita and Clarine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's Clarine's son, you know. He passed away, you know.
My
and
condolences to the family.
Yeah, I was looking at a post there from Vibes Alive. You know Vibes Alive, right, Omar?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When they come a Happy Forward movement, you know, Omar always tried to push to get these youths going, you know. And I see Sube with the mic. He used to bring some song to me and rap, you know. He said, when will I record it? But, you know, the time has never come, you know. But, so we announced, it is with deep regret that we announce the passing of Rashid Abdul Wade of, Rashid Abdul Wade, better known as Sube, Sunrise, 1st of January 1981. The man born the 1st of January 1981 when we get independence too. You know, and he passed away on June 13th. He's survived by his mother, that's Clarine Wade Barnett, 2 brothers, Colin Wade and Jermaine Gibson, sister, that's Rashida Wade, Davalos and Anasuya Nicholson, several aunts, uncles, nieces, and nephews. A week will be held this Friday from 7 to 11, and this will be right at the area where I'm talking about. What?
Beside Landis and Sons?
Right, beside Landis and Sons, and funeral service will be held on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock at St. Peter's Anglican Church. The body would lie in state from 9 in the morning, and a repast will be held at 141 Belize Road. Mm-hmm. So at this time, we want to send out condolences to the family, to Clarine, Clarita, all the rest of the crew, to Erin, Charlene, to Meredith, everybody. Miss Grace, you know, Miss Grace just celebrated the birthday the other day. One of Miss Grace's brother just dead the other day, you know.
This?
Yeah, when it rained,
it's
it
tough.
poured, you know.
It's
but
tough
we hope that the good Lord will give the family...
Stay strong, Miss Grace.
Yeah, strength, you know, so we say good morning to the family. Samuel, you know, it was just a little wrap-up this morning. They're far from me. I don't know who could wrap up here. They're so far from me. Make we wrap up, man.
Check it. How much picnic you got? About 1 dozen now?
No, man. I said make we wrap up the show. Why you have to look in different directions when I talk to you about anything?
1 dozen you got, Joe?
Huh?
1 dozen you got?
No, man.
Man, no answer the question. Anyway, we'll lift that stuff. Let's wrap up. Yeah, go through.
Wrap up, do you think?
Huh?
What's your closing remarks for this morning? I know it doesn't pass through. So, your closing remarks for this morning, Sam.
All right, once again, border jumpers. We don't want to get much border jump. None at all. Not to jump the border. I think there was a report where a couple of them went into Dangriga, right?
Yes, yes.
And they can't locate. They're trying to locate these people.
Yeah, they can't find
They
it.
come from Guatemala.
Yeah, they
and
can't
they're
find
trying
it.
to locate these people as we speak, and they can't find it. That's not good. That's not good. So if you don't know the person as our neighbor, they're close by, make one call, man.
Yeah, make one call.
That for you and for we and for everybody, make the call that the relevant authorities can go and check these people out and then quarantine them. You understand me, Checky?
Yeah.
So that's what I got for say right now, man.
And like sister, somebody said, el gobierno de Belice debe de dejar toque de queda toda la vida. So somebody said that, you know, the police, the government should keep the thing with stay home, right? You. Remember the man never give us this sweetheart pass. You know, maybe somebody have people happy about that. You keep all for yourself. That may affect you, don't you? That sweetheart pass. Like
what that?
You don't know what a sweetheart pass?
No.
You don't give you no permission to come out after 8 that night.
You just ask me if it may affect me, I tell you no.
But the
By 8
sweetheart
at the
pass,
home.
the sweetheart pass.
By 8 at the home, it don't affect me. That don't tell us something?
Rahim, you get one?
So Rahim can say sweetheart.
He must say signed by me? No. Samuel, it's a pleasure, you know, and yeah. Sam, hope we enjoy the weather today.
Yeah. Too much rain now. Not so good for some of the farmers, boy.
Yeah, I know.
I know that in the strain, they stress the tomatoes, the young tomatoes, the plants that were coming up, you know.
Yeah, true, boy, true.
So tomato reach the cheapest at $4.75 a
yeah,
pound right now.
Yeah, tomato price they high right now. So people who make the ceviche, they have to cut down for the
$4.75, yeah.
Yeah.
Try plant in your yard, man. Yeah. You grow fast.
Planta, man, planta. Yeah. Folks, we'd like to thank you all who tuned into the Sugar City Morning Show today. We'd like to thank Mr. John Burgos for being here earlier, representing the BTIA, the Belize Tourism Industry Association, talking about some of the measures in Belize and talking about the great destinations in Belize. We'd like to thank Raheem. Folks, we got a repeat of Channel 7 News today at 12 midday on this same station. Then we have the live news at 6 o'clock this evening. The show repeats at 8 o'clock. Have yourself a wonderful day. And for Mr. Sam and Robert Checker Usher, we hope to be back with you tomorrow morning right here on the Sugar City Morning Show on Nortevisión, Channel 10.
Sugar City Morning Show.